Hello, 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 and welcome back to Adults After Dark. Of course, I am Mimi, your host for the evening, and I want to thank everyone for tuning in to tonight's episode. Also, I want to thank everyone who has been here every Friday listening to the episodes. I really appreciate it. Um, for those of you who are new, this platform is called Adults After Dark. It is an adult audio conversation, and we talk all things adults here, which can include anything from love, sex, marriage, abuse, toxic relationships, anything adult. No topic is off limits. So we also would like for you to leave topic suggestions in the comments. Also, we would love to hear some of your feedback in the comments. Again, if you are new here and you have tuned in before and like what you have been hearing so far, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know every time a conversation is uploaded. And I also want to say welcome. So tonight is episode number 7. Episode number 7. And tonight's topic is, do you have someone that you can vent to? And what I mean is, a lot of us, we have that one friend that we trust everything with, right? But do you really have that one person that you can talk to? Is there that person that you tell your most deepest secrets to and they take it to their grave? Do you actually have that? When you have a problem, who do you talk to? Think about that. And while you are thinking about that, we are going to recap on last week's conversation, which was abuse. No. Was that? Yeah, abuse was last conversation. So as you guys know, pretty much in these conversations, I kind of put a little of my story in it. Well, so far I've put some of my story in it. I have a lot of story, and so far it's really been based on this one particular guy that I've dealt with. And you guys have heard me talk about him pretty much, like I said, in every episode in some form or fashion. And like I said, episode number 6 was abuse. I was in an abusive relationship. With in my previous relationship, I was in an abusive relationship. We were together 14 years. And in that 14 years, we really went through a lot. So, I was able to get out of it. I don't know why I stayed, but like I said, I was in that relationship for a long time. And it had got so where I really started to hate him. Like literally. And I know hate is a strong word. And a lot of people say you can't hate and love at the same time. I literally hated him. If something happened to him, I wouldn't even care. If I saw him get hit by a bus, I would keep on walking. That's how much I really despised him. Maybe despise is a better word than hate, but you get my drift. So, that was last week's conversation. Like I said, a lot of the things that you're going to hear is some things to do with me. And I would love for you guys to comment down below. I would love to read some of your comments. I would love to do the recaps and read some of your comments to some of the conversations that we're having. So, like I said, tonight is episode number 7. And the topic is, do you have someone that you can vent to? Do you have someone that you can tell your most secretive secrets to? Will they take that secret to their grave? Now, for me, I am a homebody. I am an introvert. And I don't have many friends. I have associates. My cousin, well, she was actually my cousin-in-law. We shared a lot of secrets. Now, I don't talk to her as much as I used to. For some reason, we're kind of on different paths in life now. Something, I don't know. That's another story. But she was the person that I told everything to. Now, I do have a best friend that we have been friends since we were probably 10. So we've been friends for over 40 years. And I still consider her my best friend. Now, we don't talk to each other every day or every week or every month. It may be 6 months, it may be a year before we talk. And when we do talk, we'll probably be on the phone for like 3 or 4 hours because we have so much to catch up on. And her, I can tell things to. Now, my thing is, right now, today, I can honestly say that if I have a problem, if I needed to get something off my chest, if I needed to vent, honestly, I don't have anybody to vent to. I don't have anyone to vent to. I don't have anyone that I can call and say, hey, I want to, talk to you about something. I want to run something past you, or just get something off my chest. I literally right now, this day, I don't think I have that. Now, my cousin, I can call her, but I just feel like I just can't tell her things that I want to tell her, and I'm really not sure why that is. Now, she does call me and, tell me some things, and I do still tell her some things, but it depends on what it is. I don't really get into it like I used to with her. But as far as venting, or, if I have a problem, I want to talk to somebody, I don't have it. I don't have that person. And so that is one of the reasons why I created this channel, Adults After Dark, because sometimes we need that person that we can talk to, who can we talk to? I mean, I know you can talk to a therapist or, something like that. You can talk to your spouse. I understand all that, but some things I don't want to discuss with my spouse, So I just basically now keeping it bottled up. And I don't know. I don't have that person that I can talk to. So, guys, comment down below. Who do you have that you can actually talk to? Like I said, this is why I created this platform, because sometimes I just want to talk. And sometimes venting and talking to somebody, it doesn't really mean that you're looking for an answer, you're looking for a solution, or any of that. You're looking for a response. Sometimes you just want that person to just listen. I'm not always looking for a response. I'm not always looking for a solution. I just want to get it off, because when you hold stuff in and it builds up, it becomes a problem. And so I find myself, because I don't have anybody to talk to, I don't have anybody to vent to, when I have these problems, it builds up. So now I'm angry. I'm suffering from some form of depression. Like I said, I'm a homebody. I'm an introvert. My husband, is kind of sickly, so we don't do things like we used to. And now I have to keep myself busy. I have to entertain myself. Okay, which is another reason why I created this platform. I need somebody to talk to. I don't have nobody to talk to. So, and for me, I keep myself busy. I play a computer game. I may, scroll social media. I may record some videos. It's a number of things that I would just do to entertain myself. And right now, me recording this audio conversation, Adults After Dark, is entertainment for me. I'm talking to you all because I don't have anybody to talk to. So, so comment down below. Do you have that person that you can actually talk to, that you can vent to, that would take your secrets to the grave? Now, I can say that my cousin and I, like I said, we've shared some secrets, and her secrets I will take to my grave, and vice versa with her. Okay? And my best friend that for over 40 years, when I tell her something, I know she's going to keep it to herself. But in the meantime, what am I supposed to do? Okay. Like I said, I know there's therapy and things like that, but sometimes I just want a friend that I can talk to. I'm a very good listener. So anytime somebody comes to me with something, and they tell me in confidence, that's where I'm going to keep it. I'm not going back and telling anybody. It's gonna die with me. So, like I said, I created this platform to vent, to have somebody to talk to. I have a lot to say. I have a lot of pent up things that I want to say, and this is why I'm releasing it at. So again, comment down below if you guys have that person that you can talk to. Okay, will that person keep your secrets? Will they take it to the grave? And vice versa, would you do it for that person as well? Okay, so of course I have found an article, and it is from a magazine called BetterHelp. And this is recently updated as of October 3rd of 2022. And the title of it is I Need to Vent, Where to Turn. And this is, like I said, October 3rd of 2022. And it says, if you need to vent, then you aren't the only one. At one point or another, everyone needs to release inner turmoil and emotions. Without the willingness or the ability to vent, you may carry negative emotions around with you. that's something that I do. I like literally just said that because I have nobody to talk to. So it's just building up. It's just building up. And I really don't know what to do. I don't want to go to like a therapist. I don't want to do that. But if it comes down to it, then if that's what I got to do, then that's what I got to do. Okay. It says, according to psychopharmacologist Candace Pert, humans store pent-up and negative emotions in their very cells and tissue, which can eventually cause decline in physical health. However, you don't need to proclaim your emotions and anxieties through a megaphone to be heard. There are many healthy ways to set these emotions and anxieties free, including connecting with an online therapist. Okay. It says, the next title, The Importance of Letting It Out. Letting out your emotions is very important. When you ignore your feelings, you do yourself a disservice. Think of this ignoring like having a leaking roof. You might think that having a small leak isn't a big deal, but it can quickly grow worse if it is ignored and allowed to weaken its surroundings. Your negative feelings can fester and turn into larger problems if left unchecked. Some common feelings we tend to bottle up, which is anger, sad, frustration, annoyed, irritated, fed up, weary, disheartening, discouraged, disenchanted, disaffectionate, disconnected, jaded, resentful, bitter, crabby, grouchy, grumpy, and ill-humored for sure. You aren't alone in dealing with the pent-up emotions. Everyone needs an outlet to vent or express anger. It is important to also learn how to give someone space to process these emotions. You can give yourself adequate space to vent to vent your emotions by employing several strategies. The first one is what I asked you guys before. Do you have that person that you actually trust? So this one says, number one, know whom to trust. Your first instinct is likely going to be to talk to your loved ones, which is a good idea, but you should put some thought into your conversation partners before proceeding. You want to be sure that you can truly trust whomever you're talking with. Not everyone is, nor should they be a trusted confidant. Know who your trustworthy friends are by entrusting them with a little information at a time. If this information becomes public gossip, you know not to trust them with bigger issues. Protect yourself from embarrassment and frustration by voicing your emotions and concerns to trustworthy people. Getting feedback from people who give you attention and know the content of your frustration is a great step for helping navigate your emotions. If you want to vent to someone, seek out a person who is an active listener. If you go to vent and the receptionist dismisses your feelings or offers an unsolicited advice without hearing you out, you might have made things worse. Make sure the person lends a listening ear. That's what I was just saying. Everybody don't want a solution or to tell you what to do, or you just want somebody to listen sometimes. Okay, make sure the person lends a listening ear and can respond to your words without empathy. Venting helps most when you feel you are in a safe, supportive space. Finding the right situation or places to let out your stress can help a lot when learning tools to face these responses and patterns. Learning when to let off steam and look for the appropriate response can help with everything from anxiety to day-to-day communications. So, like I said, sometimes, here lately, the way that I vent. Like I said, I get on the platform and I talk to you guys. Sometimes I may just go for a walk. You guys know I have the 2 dogs, so I will take the dogs for a walk or take them for a drive and just kind of clear my head, just so I don't be angry all the time. Okay, because being angry all the time is not healthy. I don't want to stress myself out, give myself a heart attack or a stroke. So in order to keep from doing that, then that's what I do. I will come upstairs, I'll be by myself, I'll play me, like I said, my computer game. I may scroll social media for a minute. I may even play some Candy Crush, okay, just to pass the time. So what I have started doing, I ran across this YouTube channel with hand knitting. You know how you do the big chunky blankets. So I just purchased a bunch of chunky yarn just today because I want to start doing that. I just need something to pass the time so I don't get angry. And I think a lot of the reason why I feel like I'm angry is because I'm sitting in this house. I'm not out as much, especially like now. It's getting ready to get cold, and I can't stand the cold. If I don't have to be out in the cold, then I don't. So I kind of occupy my time, or try to occupy my time of doing something. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna start to learn how to hand knit these chunky blankets, and that's going to keep my mind focused and keep my mind off of being angry or what have you. Okay. Now, the next statement is build a support system. People who have a robust emotional support system tend to be mentally and physically healthier than their peers who lack one. Research has revealed that people who have a strong support system are at a significantly lower risk of fatal heart disease than those who don't have an adequate support. In addition, people who have been diagnosed with a chronic disease can better manage symptoms with the help of a positive relationship. Having a chronic health diagnosis can be challenging, and it's natural to want to vent to another person. If this is you, talking about with a licensed professional, a trusted friend, or support group can be therapeutic. Finding a safe place to vent or express your concerns can complement and support existing treatments. Now, what I thought about doing was searching for a Facebook group, kind of about the talking, to have somebody to talk to about different problems and things like that, and getting like an unbiased opinion for some of the things that I want to kind of get off my chest. Okay, it continues to say, ironically, to build a support system, you must first support others. If you approach people with a me-centered consumerist perspective, you are less likely to form a strong reciprocal bond. On the other hand, if you take a genuine interest in the lives of others and they can see that you truly care, they will reciprocate in care and concern. To give love, you should first give love. Now, that's a good statement there, because sometimes when you tell people your problems, they're not genuinely concerned. They just pretty much just there for the gossip. So who can you really trust with your most deepest secrets? Who can you really trust, Okay, now this section says what I just said. Join a support group. If you are living with a if you are living with a substance use disorder, a chronic disease, or a history of difficult relationships, you can join a support group designed just for you. A simple web search can lead you to a local or online community that is built around shared experience. When you start from a place of commonality, it is easier to form a lasting bond. It can also be easier to express yourself or vent amongst people that may have similar diagnoses and can better understand your experience. Another section says journal regularly. Now, as far as journaling, I actually tried to do that a couple of years ago. That really didn't work out for me too much because honestly I don't know why. I think I just stopped doing it. So I had an online journal, one of the little apps I had found, and I was journaling. So I don't know. Maybe I will start back doing that. I may think about that. I'm gonna see. I might start back doing that. Okay. Journal regularly. Journaling has proven a mental and physical benefits. The best part about journaling is that you can do it anywhere at any time. It is healthy, easy to implement coping mechanism. And when you write down your fears, negative emotions, you don't have to worry about the possibility of judgment or criticism from others. Some studies have shown that regular gratitude journaling or jotting down your blessings can be effective as an antidepressant in managing the symptoms of depression. Sometimes simple writing down the words to describe what's bothering you can help you release that emotion. Now, let me say this. I have a 16-year-old grandchild, okay? And my grandchild doesn't like to talk to her mother. She won't talk to me. Now her mother has this one friend, best friend since they were young, that she will talk to. Now she does talk to her, and I did buy her a journal, and I told her, it's good that you're talking to this particular person, as long as she's talking to somebody, okay? And I told her, write what you feel down in your journal. This is your journal. Nobody's going to read it. Sometimes it helps. Now, I can say when I was writing in mine, it did help a little bit. But like I said, I just stopped writing in. I have no idea why. I just stopped. So as far as a journal, like I said, I did get her one so she can write down her deepest, her thoughts. Excuse me. The next one says, ensure balance in your friendships. Having close friends or family members whom you feel able to confide in can make all the difference. We all have times when we need someone who cares to listen and to validate our feelings. However, what you don't want to do is ruin your friendship by complaining too much or by being too negative. It's important to balance venting with other positive interactions as well. Make sure you don't solely seek them out to vent, but also in the good times for uplifting conversations and to spend time doing enjoyable things enjoyable things together. Show your loved ones the same respect in return by lending them a listening ear. Ask them questions about their lives and let them know that you are there to listen or offer advice if they ever need to vent. Now, excuse me. I am one, you know how some people get in new relationships or getting ready to get married, and then someone always say, what is the one thing that you would tell that person? And for me, it's always don't put people in your relationships. Okay, because people have a negative impact. It can be a whole bunch of reasons. So if you tell someone something negative about another person, then instead of that person being judgmental for themselves, they're going to judge that person off what you said. Now, that's kind of hypocritical, because if you keep your business to yourself and you have a problem, who are you going to tell? Because you don't want nobody in your business. So who are you going to tell? And I'm kind of at that situation myself. I don't like people in my business, but if I need to talk to somebody, that means I have to put them in my business. You know what I'm saying? Comment down below if you understand that. Okay, let's move on. It says, also don't assume a friend always have an ample time to listen, but instead ask first. If you need to talk about a big problem, ask your friend if they have the time. They will be able to provide better support if you are respectful and appreciative of their time. The next one says, try other coping skills. If you consistently and immediately turn to someone else when you experience a problem, you may be relying too much on other people to help you solve your personal problems. Friends may not be available all the time, particularly when you need to vent at times. You may need to try other ways to express yourself and feel better. Try using other coping skills first before you turn to a friend to vent. This way you can clear your head and think about what specifically you wish to share. Oftentimes, when we vent in the heat of the moment, we don't choose our words carefully. Taking the time and trying other methods can help us come up with the right words to articulate our annoyance. These coping skills include the following. Get active. Okay, I said that. I walk, I play video games, I do something to take my mind off of, to kind of clear my head. Get active. When you need to vent, we are often filled with uncomfortable energy. Burn off negative emotions by doing something physical, like taking a walk or run, dancing it out, or going to the gym. The resulting endorphins will help you regulate your emotions and think more clearly. The next one says, taking your mind off the problem. It isn't avoidance to give yourself a break while you calm down. For example, you can listen to music, watch your favorite movie or television show, take time for a relaxing bath or other self-care, or practice mindfulness techniques. Any of these activities can help you calm down and feel more in control before you vent to a loved one. Okay, this one says, stay off social media. When you feel upset about something, it can be tempting to turn to social media to vent our frustrations. Now, that's something I never do. I never put my business on social media. If I post something on social media, I'm reposting something or commenting on some other stuff. I never, ever put my business on social media. Okay. However, this can be counterproductive to our ability to solve the problem, and it may create new problems in the form of airing your anger, tinged thoughts in a public space to a family member, employees, acquaintances, and even perfect strangers. Once you vent online, it's hard to take back those words. Many people have already seen venting social media posts can also wear on loved ones who follow you on social media. They may even feel preempted and be less willing to engage and listen if they heard your problem first through social media, instead of straight from you. Next one says, listen to yourself first. Focus on what you can solve on your own instead of immediately asking others for solutions. Sometimes when you vent to others, you may end up with more potential solutions and opinions than you need. And that glut of information can be overwhelming. Give yourself time to mull over possible answers to a problem and then take your most likely actions to a trusted loved one for their opinion before you decide. Empower yourself to solve problems in your life. So like I said, sometimes when you need to vent, sometimes it's not to get somebody's opinion, because just like if you have a problem with your significant other and you go to someone, say this person has been constantly lying and cheating and doing all kind of stuff, you're tired of, you don't want that person who you're venting to say, girl, man, won't you just leave them? Just leave them. That's not advice, because whatever the outcome is that you're venting to that person about, even if they give you advice, it may be good advice, it may be bad advice. Whatever it is, the decision is going to be yours regardless. Okay? You can tell somebody something all day long. They may take your advice, they may not, but the ultimate decision is yours to make. So I prefer not to give the advice. I would just listen, and if they ask for the advice, then I would put my 2 cents in, but it's not something negative to say, oh my God, you should just leave them. I wouldn't do that. So the next one is, if you need to vent, talk to an online therapist. It is important to keep clear boundaries when venting to a friend or a loved one. You don't want to end up treating them like a therapist. Also, friends may naturally want to offer up advice when all you need is to be heard. I just said that sometimes you just want somebody to listen. If you are able to vent to a therapist first, you will find that other relationships will be healthier and more reciprocal. Also, a licensed therapist has the expertise to help you understand and process your feelings and emotions, as well as learn to solve problems independently instead of relying primarily on other people. Which is, okay. Okay, so here's another article in a magazine called Very Well Mind, and this is about depression. So as I was saying, a lot of times when you hold things in, you're not talking to anyone about whatever the problems is that you're having, and you just hold it in. It can become overwhelming, and it can cause you to get depressed. So, and I think in that form, talking to a therapist would help a lot. If you feel that you are depressed because you're holding things in, then do that. Talk to a therapist. So the next one says, what do you do when you need to talk to someone? So it says, no matter what you're going through at the moment, connecting and communicating with others is the key to living well, especially if you are struggling with an illness, depression, addiction. the loss of a loved one, or even just loneliness. For this reason, it's important to know what to do and where to look when you need to talk. Trying to bury your feelings, grit your teeth, and go it alone are never effective. In fact, your emotions and feelings are there whether you talk about them or not. Difficult emotions are not going to simply just go away because you ignore them. But if you make the effort to talk to another person, you may be able to release some of the tension and negativity that you're experiencing and feel better. So again, like I said, holding it in is not empty, is not healthy. So me myself, like I said, I'm holding in a lot, and I try to find different coping mechanisms. Like I said, I may walk the dogs a couple of times a day. I may go drive around. I will come upstairs and, like I said, play a game or just sit and watch TV, and it kind of takes my mind off of it. Now, doing all that doesn't solve the problem. The problem is still there, but while you're doing those things, you are relieving some stress. Okay, you are trying to figure out a way to say what you need to say, okay, without being angry. Okay, so it helps, but I think I need to do some other things as well. Like I said, I may get back into journaling. I don't know yet, but we'll see. It says benefits of talking to others. Finding someone to talk to may not only provide connection, comfort, understanding, but also offers opportunities to talk about shared experiences as well as prevent feelings of loneliness and isolation. Stress relief and friendship building is the next one. Consequently, talking to another person relieves stress and helps build friendships and connections. Talking things over with other people also aids in decision making and provides an avenue to process your thoughts and feelings. Talking also exposes you to new perspective and ideas and helps with problem solving. In fact, there are a number of powerful psychological benefits to talking. As a result, when you get stressed out or overwhelmed, this part of your brain takes control and can even override your logical thought process. But researchers noted that by using effective labeling or talking through your experiences and processing what happened, you can override the amygdala response and cope with your feelings in more effective ways. It also says friendships may add years to your life. Additionally, research suggests that having strong social ties or people you can talk to is linked to longer life. In contrast, social isolation and loneliness are linked to depression, poor health outcomes, and risk of premature death. And additionally, having a variety of social relationships may help reduce stress as well as heart-related risks. So it is important to find people you can share things with. Too many times, though, people are reluctant to reach out to each other to talk despite the many benefits. Either they allow fear and shame to keep them silent, or they simply don't know how to reach out. Other times, they allow work or family obligations to get in the way of any type of real connection with others. And before long, they feel lonely and isolated and like they don't have anyone to talk to. How to find someone to talk to. If you are like most people, You may assume that you have no one to talk to, especially if you live far from family, are single, or don't have a best friend, but that couldn't be furthest from the truth. In fact, it may really be easier to find someone to talk to when you really need, if you know where to look. Here are some ways you can find someone to talk to. First one is make a list of social connections. When you start thinking about who you might be able to open up to, start by making a list of social connections. Include people you know from a variety of situations like family members, friends, Facebook friends, or even co-workers. Then try to determine who on your list is not only emotionally intelligent, but also emotionally skilled. Typically, people with these skills tend to be much easier to talk to because they are empathetic. Once you have a list of possibilities, reach out to them and invite them over for coffee or go for a walk. It's important to know that you may have to take it slow with newer relationships. You may not be able to talk about your deepest feelings right away from the start of a new friendship. With time, though, you can build trust with one another and start sharing more intimate details about your life. Okay, now this is one that I was just recently talking about. Joining an online forum or chat. During those times when you feel like you need to talk to someone right away, you might want to consider an online forum or chat with the group tailored to your needs. Aside from providing you with people who understand what you're struggling with, you also have the option to sharing details anonymously. Sometimes people really appreciate online forums or chat. Plus, communicating online can help take away any apprehensions and help people with social anxiety relax and share. Participate in a support group. One way to build your support system is join a support group. Whether it's an online group or a group that meets in person, both options provide you with a network of people who can relate to what you're experiencing. There you will be able to get support and understanding that you need, as well as offer support in other situations. Again, they're talking about the therapist. Working with the therapist. Participate in a group. A great way to make connections and meet new people is to join a group. Once there, you will meet people with similar passions and desires. And you may be more likely to meet someone with whom you can build a lasting relationship. Plus, attending regular meetings and events with group provides the opportunity to socialize and have a casual conversation. It also says contact the hotline. That's for if you're in crisis, though. Visit a place of worship, which includes churches, mosques, synagogues. And the summary: having someone to talk to is vital to your physical and emotional well-being. While there might be barriers that make it more difficult to build connections, there are steps you can take to improve your social support system. Reconnecting with people you already know, seeking new connections online, talking to a mental health professional, or calling a helpline are all options you might consider depending on your needs. A word from Very Well. It is not uncommon to feel like you have no one to talk to. In fact, everyone feels that way at least once in their life. You don't have to be alone to feel that way either. You could feel alone and isolated at a party, at work, in your home, or while spending time with friends. The important thing is that you make effort to build a support system of people that you can turn to when you need to talk. Ideally, this support system will be comprised of friends and family members, as well as trained professionals and others with similar struggles. In time, feeling like you have no one to talk to will seem like a distant memory. So, guys, yeah, if you are in this predicament, like I said, right now I'm in this predicament, and I have to figure some things out. I don't know what my solution is going to be yet. Now at my job, we do have a EAP program. I don't know if I want to contact them. I don't know how I really feel about talking to a therapist, and I guess it's because I've never really talked to a therapist. I don't know, but maybe that's what I really need. So yeah, we'll see. So guys, we're going to end this right here. Leave your comments down below about you having someone to vent to when you need it. Do you vent to your best friend? Will they take that secret to their grave? And would you do the same to them, or the same for them? Are you in communication with a therapist? Do you think that would be an ideal thing to do? Have you ever talked to a therapist? Are you in a social chat group, a social media group, a chat group where you guys discuss, your personal things, or things that you just can't seem to get off your chest, things that you think that you might want answers for? Yeah, let us know down in the comments. So guys, yeah, I think I'm gonna start back journaling. I think I'm gonna go and see if I can find some online journals. I don't know if I want to buy a journal like at Walgreens or something like that. I don't know. Maybe like I said, I'll find another online journal and probably start back doing that. I have to see. But if I do that, that means I have to write in it. I can't just start it and stop it like I did before. So I don't know, maybe I'll try that again. Yeah guys, so like I said, we're going to end this right here. Thank you all for tuning in this evening to Adults After Dark. Be sure to like the conversation, like the audio conversation. Share it if you want. I would like for you to share it. Be sure to comment down below. Also, if you have topics that you want to talk about, put that down in the comments as well. Be sure to hit the notification bell so you know every time that we upload. For right now, the schedule is Fridays at 7 p.m. Again, this is an adult audio conversation, and we ask that you do not listen to this in front of minors. You have to be 18 and over to listen to this. But guys, if this helps you out, or maybe you can help someone else out, do that, okay? Because you never know what people are going through. You never know what people are going through, and some people have things that they want to say, not necessarily as to getting an opinion, but just to get some things off their chest. Okay, so guys, I will talk to you guys next week. You guys have a good evening. Bye.